Round number 3 of the Winston Cup Series rolls on into Atlanta Motor Speedway for the running of the Atlanta 500. Can't think of any sponsors, so I'm just going with the Atlanta 500. How about that? Ha! Last week at Rocket Inn, we saw 4 drivers, at a maximum at least, all battle it out for the win, which Nathan Ormond in the 24 managed to get the win after a pass with 4 laps to go propelled him to a win. What will happen this week? We'll have to find out. Before we can get anything underway, let's go ahead and get the starting lineup quickly out of the way. Rows 1 through 6, we have Seth McKee and Connor Cummings starting on the front row, with Buckshot Jones and Rudy Cummings starting in the second row. Rounding out the top 5 will be last week's winner of Nathan Ormond. 43 Christian Russell will start in 6th, Dylan Jacobs in 7th, Noah Robin 8th, Josh Drake and Justin Williams will round out the top 10. Grant McKee and Jimmy Tesner start in 11th and in 12th. Rows 7 through 12, we have Jet Krause starting at 13th with Terrell Baker in 14th. David Land starts in the 15th spot, followed by Ed Southen to his outside. We have Todd Mills to the inside of Jordan Forbes. Cody H. Gaming will start to the inside of Connor Patrick, rounding out the top 20. 21st starting position will be the number 22 of Cody Lamas. He'll start to the inside of David Vickers in the 10. Ryan Lombardi starts 23rd with Peter Onjak starting in 24th. With Miles Bashburn starting in 25th. Nick Bergwald will start 26th. And then we have Clark McKee starting in 27th to the inside of Raw Gator in the 26th. Ty Gibbs will start 29th. Eric Estep starts 30th. Wilson Hunt, Gustav Malin, Joseph Lombard, Connor Elliott, Darren Gilliam, and Smet Ozkid round out the final 3 rows of this picture here. And then for the final 5 spots, ladies and gentlemen, we have Eric Kelplinger starting at 37th, Christian Shlomo starting 38th, Griffin Spire 39th, Marco Monroe in 40th, and Zachary Lombard will start dead last in today's race. We're just about ready to get this race underway. The pace car about to roll off. Seth McKee with a nice lap of a 31.667, almost 666, so close. Engines are starting to fire up. As they come out of turns 3 and 4, we're going to get the green flag here. Connor Cummins had a really good qualifying run. Starts in the second row. Hasn't done much ever since Daytona, where he led a couple laps. So today he starts on the front row. What will happen today here at Atlanta Motor Speedway? The pace car roars down into pit road, and we await the green flag to get this race underway. Let's go racing here at Atlanta. The 18 of Seth McKee gets a good run out of turns number 1, as well as Buckshot Jones. Those two pulled away quite a bit. And Nathan Ormond of the 24 just sitting right next to them, just right behind him, pushing them. Outside line didn't get much of a good restart at all. Seth McKee will come out of turns number 1 and will lead the first lap of today's race. Buckshot Jones just inching underneath him, but will not be able to make a move quite yet. Nathan Ormond's looking underneath him for the second spot. They're still double filed up. Nobody's really separated from anybody just quite yet. Nathan Ormond, last week's winner, nudges out ahead of Buckshot Jones in the 3 car, trying to take the second spot away. But Seth McKee continues to lead the first few laps of today's race. Buckshot just barely managed to get second from 24 on that lap. So the outside line is definitely not one of those outside lines where it fades off quickly if you get into it. Because the 3 car is holding his own on the outside line. We got Dylan Jacobs in the 6, pushing that 24 car. Now the 24 car manages to get out ahead of the 3 car, and he's looking to the inside, trying to take the lead away. But nobody's able to challenge this 18 car quite yet. Ooh, the inside line checked up quite a bit. That 3 car got a little bit of a run. You got Josh Drake in the 31 now, inching his way on up to the front of the field. He's now racked up to the top 5. That entire outside line's fallen back quite a bit. Most of the drivers who started on the outside are staying to the outside. I think the first 4 on the outside that started on the outside are all in this little bunch right here, from the 71, the 36, the 43, and the 28. Now it looks like the 28's fallen back quite a bit. 24 moved on up to the high side. He's going to lose a little bit of ground here, as now Dylan Jacobs is now trying to take the second spot away from him. We're going to have 5 laps completed. 82 laps around this track, ladies and gentlemen. The 18 car continues to lead here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Nathan Ormond gets a run on the outside, but the 18 throws the block. Seth McKee trying to lead as many laps as he possibly can. He's holding his own right in the middle of the track. Go on board with Dylan Jacobs here. Oh, will he be able to make the move to the inside? He's got his nose underneath him. Yeah, Dylan Jacob has the nose underneath the 18 car. We may have a new leader. Oh, a little checkup on the inside makes the outside line pull ahead just quite a bit. This camera is really good at giving perspective on how close they are to each other. They're side by side. Dylan Jacobs is still to the inside. They're all still double filed up. Nobody's separated here quite yet. It's expected to be like this early on in the run, but we're 7 laps into this run. The 18 has actually been... Oh, no, he was clear of that 6 car for about a split second. Now look at the gap. Holy crap. The inside line just gained a big gap. Josh Drake had a terrible quarter. And now he loses a couple spots as Nathan Ormond is now second on the inside line. The only person that's really lost this so-called draft is the number 73, Zachary Lombard. He's not sitting too well. There's a lot of drivers that are sitting in the back of the field that aren't doing too well. Nick Bergwald, Miles Mashburn, those 2 were up at the front. Peter was up at the front last week at Rockingham. But now they're all in the back of the field. Dylan Jacobs now pulls out ahead of the 18, making her first lead change of today officially once they cross the line. 9 laps completed. Now we're going to have another side-by-side battle for the lead here. Looks like Nathan Ormond's going to try to go for 2 in a row. He doesn't have much. He didn't get much of a run in the middle of the quarters, so he's not going to get much heading into 1, but he's still hanging on to second. Ten laps into this race, ladies and gentlemen. Fastest lap, pull up the top 10 fastest laps. It looks like not many drivers in the top 10 in the fastest lap are in the top 10 in the race right now. I think the only one that I'm seeing right now is the 43, Christian Russell. Sitting 4th fastest. Actually, the 5's right behind him, Justin Williams. Yeah, he's right behind him. So a couple of the faster cars right behind these guys. Much of them as well. Nathan Ormond takes a peek to the inside, trying to go for the lead. But Dylan Jacobs is going to be able to hang on for the lead as they come into 1. As they're all still side by side, battling for the lead, and pretty much every other position on the track. Griffin Spire second to dead last. Lots of drivers struggling early on in this race. As they're still side by side for the lead. Nathan Ormond underneath Dylan Jacobs trying to take the lead away, but Dylan Jacobs is holding that outside line really well. Tries to cut to the inside, but the 24 was still underneath there. Well, the 6 and the 24 were going to get into it with each other, but they didn't. The 6 is able to clear that 24. Still side by side for the lead. 13 laps going to be completed when they cross the line. I 24 got him that time by. No, he didn't. No, just barely. The 6 has cleared the 24, and now he's going to try and cut low. Nathan Ormond gets a good run into turns number 3 and 4, but Dylan just blocks him right at the best possible time. Kill his momentum right off. 15 laps completed here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We'll go ahead and we'll take our first of possibly a few commercial breaks with 16 laps, 15 and a half laps completed. We're going to go ahead and take a commercial break. We'll return here at the Atlanta 500 here in just a few moments. We're watching the Fast Lane Racing Station Winston Cup Series. We'll return in a moment.
Flat boy, what the hell do you think you're doing, man?
Holy crap! Do you know who you are? You're freaking Lars Ulrich from Metallica. I love everything you do. Well, except for that bad show you hosted.
You know what? Maybe I wouldn't have to whore myself out if you kids didn't steal my music.
Whoa. We're not stealing, okay? We're just sharing with each other, you know?
So it's like if I take this soda can right here, take a sip out of it.
Oh, my God. I'm sharing my soda with Lars Ulrich.
And you know what? I'm just sharing 10 years of groupies with you, frat boy. I'm starting to like this whole sharing thing. Hey, boys!
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Bobby, some crazy roadies just stole my car.
Not the Pinto!
Napster. Sharing's only fun when it's not your stuff.
When you say taco, say 59 cents. 'Cause that's all it takes at Taco Bell. Hard to believe, but you know darn well it tastes so good. Lettuce and cheese, wake up your mouth with that seasoned ground beef and run for the border.
Out here, a man isn't measured by where he started. Just where he finishes. Building champions one race at a time. The NASCAR Busch Series.
Disturbed, Indestructible, available June 3rd.
Now that Mariano Rivera's retired, the guys from Metallica don't have that much to do around here.
Coach K's not interested in an entrance song either.
Who's left?
John Daly?
You guys know this is for golf, right?
Yeah. Might take a while, but I'm sure those guys will find something to do.
First lesson's free.
Welcome back to the Atlanta 500, ladies and gentlemen, and we just had another lead change right now. Seth McKee takes the lead away from Dylan Jacobs, heading into lap number 23. As they roar into turn number 1, Seth McKee and Dylan Jacobs, the only two leaders of today's race. Kind of a repeat of what we saw last week with the 12 Cement Ozkin and the 24 Nathan Ormond. Today we've only had two different leaders with 24 laps so far. But this race is going to be almost twice as long as Rockingham last week, so we may see a double the amount of the leaders. And now we have a slow car Zachary Lombard. For some reason, it's just severely off pace. We look at his lap times, it's a 32.992, almost a 33-second lap time, compared to what the leader's running, which is almost a full second. So Zachary Lombard is struggling to find any sort of speed whatsoever. Put that in comparison, Griffin is also sitting in last place, 40th. He still has a good lap time, 32.313. I mean, you know, people in front of him are making a 32.2s, 32.1s, and possibly 31.9s, but you go here and it's the 32.9s. He's like 7/10 off the pace. I have no clue why that is. I don't see any damage to that car whatsoever. He started last, so he just, all weekend, he just hasn't had any sort of speed whatsoever. Now that outside line has just fallen back quite a bit. It's only two cars, and they're battling to try and get up to the 18. Other than that, there's a freight train on the inside with Josh Drake, the only car on the outside for miles upon end. And there's Todd Mills and our outside pole sitter, Connor Cummins. Speaking of Cummins, there's Rudy Cummings in the 36. Sitting, where is he at? He's sitting 7th right now? Yeah, he's sitting top 10. He's had a few good weeks. Although he got involved in one of the big ones at Daytona, still finished. No, he didn't finish relatively well, I forgot. He was one of the severely damaged ones. I was thinking of Seth McKee, who also got fairly damaged in a wreck. Still managed to come up and finish in the top 15. Not bad for a severely damaged race car. Yeah, I've just not realized Zachary's brother of Joseph has also been very slow. Yeah, something's not right with those Square D Motorsport cars. Hendrick's having himself a field day. We have two of them in the two of the Hendrick guys in the top 10, and then there's Christian Shlomo almost dead last. Then we have Johnny Benson or not Johnny Benson, excuse me. That's Rawgator driving the Johnny Benson car for Roush. Also in the back there. Then we also have Dylan Jacobs from Roush, like just up at the front of the field. So, as well as the 99. I mean, they're teammates helping each other out on the outside from Roush. Grant McKee, Dylan Jacobs, those two from Roush just helping each other out. Joe Gibbs' only car right now leading the race with a Roush duo out on the outside. And then we got Richard Childress' car on the inside pushing a Hendrick car. We have a Petty Enterprise 43 car, Christian Russell, that rounds out the top 5. And then there's the 36. I forgot what team that's for again. I'll have to look again. I forgot. There's another Hendrick driver of Justin Williams, currently sitting in the 8th spot, working on Rudy for the 7th spot. We have Penske and Soundhead in the 2. Where's Cement Ozkin? Where's the other Penske car? There he is. Where's he sitting last time by? 28th. Okay, not good for a driver who was doing well last week. Very well, especially. PPI driver David Vickers is in the top 10. I think he just got into the top 10, passing Noah. Now we got another side-by-side lead, it looks like. Looks like Nathan Ormond going to try and pass the 18 car for the lead. Lap 32, we're going to be seeing some pit stops here very soon. And I don't know how they're going to handle this when they're all in one big pack. We're probably going to be seeing an incident because nobody's spread out. I mean, everybody's side by side. Usually green flag pit stops at something like this doesn't end well for any driver. So we'll probably be seeing an incident coming on pit road. I hope it doesn't happen, but I just have that horrible feeling that it's going to happen if these guys don't spread out more. If these guys don't spread out more, then we're definitely going to have issues. We are seeing some single file racing, which helps a little bit. But if one driver carries too much speed, they're going to hit the guy in front of them, which will cause a knee-jerk reaction. They'll probably end up spinning the car out or something. That battle for the lead was happening, and then Seth McKee got a run and got pushed by the Roush guys forward, and now he has a half a car length lead as it comes out of 3 and 4 to lead lap 33. We've almost at the halfway points. When we hit lap 36, no, not 36, it'll be 41. That'll be our halfway point. And I think they are going to come up on Zach here in the 73 quite soon. He's coming out of 3 and 4, and these guys are coming into 3 and 4, so they're definitely going to catch him. Will they catch him before pit stops? I don't know. The leader ran 32.420. Nice. And Zach ran almost a full second slower. Yeah, they're definitely going to catch him here shortly soon. Now the double files turned into single file for the top 3, it looks like. A little bit of battling going on for the 3rd place spot. Grant McGee from the 99 trying to take the 3rd spot away from Nathan Ormond. It's just what I've noticed today is that outside line has just been somewhat good to some drivers. Sometimes it'll help them, sometimes it won't. It just depends on how their car handles. We're seeing a lot of drivers use that outside line to their advantage, especially Seth McKee in the 18. Making up a ton of positions and being able to get up to the front of the field. He's definitely going to lead the most amount of laps if he gets up to lap number 43 and lead it. It's tough for anybody to really lead the most laps after what Seth is doing right now. They're going to have to be just as dominant as this 18 machine. Also, I really like this camera angle, except for that one little moment where it goes under the map. That's the only issue that I have with this track. Other than that, you know, I like the camera angles. And Justin Williams is now going to oh, is he going to take a 3 wide? Oh, he got close. He got close. He thought about it. He really thought about making a move to the middle, making it 3 wide. And I'm surprised I haven't seen that the front of that 6 machine get into the back of that 18 machine. How close he's getting. Now we're going to have another battle for the lead as they get back double file here for the top 6. Now the top 8. As Seth McKee is on the outside trying to hang on for the lead. Christian Russell in the 43 is the only car that's single file out of this top 7 now. 4 cars on the outside, 3 cars on the inside. I think one driver I'm also seeing that's up at the front of the field that's actually doing pretty well is Cody H. Gaming. Started in 19th place. He's gained all the way up to 13th. Now working on 12th place. He's really worked on the positions quite a bit. Seth McGee takes the lead again, and now it's a Roush side-by-side battle for 2nd. Grant McGee trying to take the 2nd spot away from Dylan. You see the cars roaming in the background here. Not quite. Not quite at that angle. 33,343. 32,616. Like the top 10 fastest drivers, have they all changed? Well, I would not assume they would, because especially with their lap times. No, they haven't. God, I remember when I tried to do like bonus points for the fastest lap at this lap, but realizing that it only happens once per race. Yeah, I'm pretty glad I stopped doing that. Plus, I really can't do points manually because I'm not good at math. It looks like it's a McKee 1-2. Seth and Grant make up the first two positions here. Now, where's the other one? Where's Clark McGee? He's yeah, he's right here, right next to Christian Shlomo in 38th position. Not good. Not good at all. There's Jack Krause, 27th. I think one driver that we got to look out for this year is definitely the 17 car. He showed some consistency near the end of the race. This is like one of his not so good weeks, but he was running really well last week at Rockingham, and especially at Daytona, leading several laps. So, not last week, the first week Daytona. I think I said last week. Did I say last week? I don't even remember. But TCB has really been fairly consistent throughout this year. This is like his not so great week. However, he's still in the top half of the field, so there's that. Nick Bergwald and Sven Ozken, these two were up the top 5 for most of the day at Rockingham, especially Sven Ozken, who started on the pole, ended up finishing second. And now here he is in his 22nd place glory. I have no clue what's going on with Penske. Usually Penske only has like one good car running per race. And then when they don't have that good car running, the other car is just running in the back. That's what I've been noticing these past few weeks with the Penske guys. If Ed Soundhead is up at the front of the field, then Cement is not. But if Cement Ozken is in the front of the field, then Ed Soundhead is not up at the front of the field. It's just something weird that I've noticed about that that 2 of that 12, the team with Penske. And now Cement's going to start losing a couple positions. He got thrown to the outside. What other driver is up in the front of the field that you usually don't see? I would say the 10 car. He really hasn't shown much this year at all. David Vickers hasn't really shown much at all this season. He's just been there. We'll say it. He's just been there. He cracked the top 10 a couple times. I think he was close to leading at Daytona. I'm not so sure if he actually led any laps. I have no clue if he's led any laps this year or not. I'll have to look. That 10 car is definitely going to try and get a top 10 today. I mean, he's sitting at 10th place right now. He doesn't have much challenging opponents behind him. Connor Cummins, our outside pole sitter, sits right behind him, but he's about a car length and a half, 2 car lengths back. So he was just sitting in 10th place, seeing if he could muster up some positions here before pit stops, because pit stops are going to happen here in the next couple laps. They are coming up on the Square D Motorsport car, Zachary Lombard. They're coming up on him quick. You can definitely tell the difference in speed. There's definitely some difference in speed, so yeah, this is definitely going to affect the leaders. Hopefully we don't see any incidents, because he's only going 160. Our leader is going 170, so there's like a 5 to 6 mile per hour difference happening between the leaders and Zach, and nobody else is really experiencing this. I mean, nobody's really lost a draft, so I really wouldn't know, but just saying. 48 laps going to be completed when they cross the line again. We've passed the halfway point by a mile already, so that's pretty good. Gotta see what's going to happen here. We got another battle for the lead because of this lap traffic. Got Grant McKee trying to take the lead away. I have no clue what's going to be happening here. 32.843. Is that 843? Yeah, that's correct. So I feel like now that Zachary's in front of the leaders, he's checking up the entire field, which is helping him quite a bit. Look at Justin Williams there with that 33 flat second lap. That was pretty cool. And Zachary Lombard is holding up this field quite a bit. If anybody can get to his inside, I think it would be game over for that 73. 99 does take him to the inside. Nobody else is really like a threat to the leaders, other than that 73 machine. He's just trying to stay on the lead lap, and he's hanging on. Somehow, some way, he's hanging on. Don't know how, but yeah. Until he gets pushed up the track by the 99. That time by, it was a dead heat between the 99 and the 18. The McKee family making up the first two here. At this rate, I'd be surprised if I don't see a McKee family member here win this race, because these two have been dominant. And Soundhead's moved on up to the third place spot. Oh my God, Rudy! He's up in the top 5 now. Yeah, drivers are making moves everywhere now. Holy Jesus! I don't know what caused the 10, the 36, and the 2 to gain so many positions, but they did. They're on the outside. I think they may start losing positions now that 73 is just hindering their speed. Because now the 99's starting to pull away quite a bit ahead of that 5 car. Yeah. 99 has open road ahead of him now. And he's probably saying to himself, thank God, because that was not very fun to get around Zach. Especially when Zach is like down on horsepower somehow. And, you know, they're all double file. It's very tough to pass these guys, first of all. But it's tougher to pass somebody who's slow. So now our top 5 consists of one of the McKee family members, of Grant in first, Justin Williams in second, Dylan Jacobs in third, and then 4th and 5th is Nathan Ormond and Seth McKee. I think one of the household names that you're going to be hearing a lot this year is something McKee. That's probably what you're going to be hearing a lot this year. Whether it be Seth Clark or Grant. You're probably going to be hearing those 3 be talked about a lot this year. Because they have a lot of speed. They're all on different teams, but that just makes it the challenge more fun for these guys. The only other issue that I could see that can hinder these guys is if something happens on pit road. One of these guys up here makes a mistake. Because they're so close together, you make a pit road mistake, it's going to cost you way too much. Especially with how hard it is to pass here. It's not going to be very easy for you to make up the mistake on track. So you have to have a flawless stop in order for you to really win this race. If your pit crew makes a mistake and you drop back a few positions, especially if you're in the top 5, it's going to be tough for you to make up those spots. What I'm seeing right now, pit road is gonna get busy here in the next 5, maybe 10 laps. Not seeing anybody pull off on the apron just quite yet, so nobody's taking it now. These guys, everybody's gonna have to pit at least once this race. We're all hoping, everybody at home that's watching is hoping that this is going to end fairly clean. A side-by-side battle for the lead with Dylan Jacobs trying to take the lead away from Grant. And he's somewhat able to do that because the outside line is not very good when you're by yourself. However, Grant is still hanging on. I think Dylan just led that lap. Yeah, he did. So Roush has traded another lead change here. Roush has been pretty dominant today. We've seen the 6-car lead and we see the 99 lead for, I believe, a combined total of 20 to 23 laps. Almost the same amount that Seth has led earlier in this race. And speaking of Seth McKee, ever since that, yeah, he's still being held up by Zach Lamar. Now he just gets to the inside of him. He's up to what? 12th? 11th place? Yeah, he's up to he's 12th. Yeah. He fell to 12th place thanks to Zachary. Just dominating the race early on, and then once he got in that traffic, that pretty much took him out. Look at that spectator cam, seeing if anybody's coming down pit road. I don't think anybody's coming down pit road. Nobody? Nobody this time? Alright. Double filed up for the most part. 6 car Dylan Jacobs has the lead. He's got Nathan Ormond, who's trying to go for 2 in a row, right on his tail. With how steep the competition is between everybody here, it's pretty unlikely we'll see a repeat winner early in the season. We'll probably see one happening, but we're not going to... it'd be rare to see somebody go like 2 in a row, but we'll definitely see like somebody win like 3 races this season, if not more. Because of how steep this competition is, it's going to take a lot for somebody to be fairly dominant at basically everything. And now Grant McKee is taking the 2nd spot back from the 24, but however, there's that battle still going on. Now Christian Russell in this mix as well. He's 3rd on this outside line out of 3 cars, possibly 4 if David peaks up there. How many cars is this? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Got 8 cars in this mix. And then the other 2 that round out the top 10 are about a second behind the leader, which just so happens to have a nice battle going on right now. Grant McGee just took the lead away and is able to clear the 6 car. Does it go low? I think, yes he does. He goes low. So Grant McGee just takes the lead right back. He was struggling to get anywhere on that outside line. Then once he got some help, took the lead again. So now they're definitely starting to file themselves out and try to spread themselves out for pit stops, which may help our chances of a incident-free green flag pit stops. But I ain't saying anything yet. Anything can happen. 20 laps to go here. Anything can still happen. Even though their teammates, Roush is definitely having a... Roush's teammates are putting a heck of a fight. I'll say that much. And they're going to be 3 wide for the lead. Dylan Jacobs taking Grant McKee and Justin Williams 3 wide. I don't know if Dylan realized that that fight was making the same move as him. Grant was trying to block, but that 5 had a run on the outside. And then the 10, or not the 10. Oh, our leader's going down pit road. Leaders are coming into pit. Does anybody go down with him? Oh man, he's all by himself. Is he really all by himself? Justin Williams led that lap, by the way. Yeah, he's all by himself. Oh man. I don't know if that was a good strategy call by that 99. I don't know if Dylan was wanting to go down with him or not. I think Dylan was going to try and go down with him, but when he saw him checking up, I don't think he had time to check up as quickly. No, Dylan does not come down this time. But we do have some other takers. I think that, yeah, our outside pole sitter comes down. Coming at 3 and 4, Christian Russell will lead this lap. So we've had 2 lead changes in the past 2 laps. New record here in Atlanta. Grant McKee's coming off pit road. He's gone a lap down. We better hope to God that everybody can get through the pit cycle clean, because if there's a caution that come out, him and possibly the 71 are going to be taking a lap down. Oh, we got a couple more coming down pit road. A couple of the leaders, front runners. That's 5 that I'm seeing right now that are on the apron. That 5? Say 5, maybe 6. 5 cars in, the 6 cars in. Who else is in? The 2, the 88, the 18, the 90, the 55. They're all down pit road. 66 laps going to be completed when they cross the line again. Who goes down this time? Somebody in this big pack of cars, definitely. Somebody is. Oh, the 10, the 11, 36. Oh, much more this time. Wow. Lots of split strategy calls, I'll say that much. Lots of drivers this time by. Putting the lap downs machine. Alright, go back to that big pack real quick. Go back to that big pack. They're all bunched up here because everybody just keeps checking up right in front of them. I have no clue who's... Okay, the Buckshot Jones is the leader. Yeah, he's pulled away quite a bit. Oh, they're checking up, checking up. Oh, Timmy Tez there. Oh, big one. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That's a lot of people. Scattered everywhere in 3 and 4. Oh, they still are stacking up. Look out. Oh, no. That Jacobs. Yes, Jacobs. Head on with Nick. Oh, my God. What an impact by that 6 machine. So many drivers are fleeing off the pits. As a caution has come out, I don't even know who's the leader anymore. The ticker down there. Oh, big. Oh, they're wrecking still. And the 36 is upside down. Jesus. What has gone wrong here? Everything has. Oh my God, they're still wrecking. Well, we're going to need several replays on this. Definitely. Where's the pace car? Where's the pace car? There's the pace car. Okay. Let's go back and see what happened. Well, everything gets sorted out here. This is going to take a little bit of time for us to sort out. Let's go see what happened. Alright, so it looks like when they were all checking up ahead of him, so much was happening here. The 30 gets into the 50. The 23 turns the 33 and gets into the 9, the 26, the 75. 12 gets involved. That's Ozkid, Tesner. Oh, Peter just barely clips the Nick. And then let's watch the rest of the section here from the 33. Here comes the, oh my God, the 99 pushes up the 33. Then here comes Dylan Jacobs. Oh man, huge impact with Nick. And that's more than engine damage there. I mean, his car's still running, but that's more than engine damage. That was 180, 190 miles per hour. I think it was 100. How hard was it? How hard of a hit was that? Oh, it was only 80 miles per hour. Okay. When I saw it happening the first time, I thought it was 180, 190 miles per hour. So let's go back and look at the... I don't know. There were like 5 incidents that happened all at once that it's hard for me to like exactly like point out everything. Nick was in the middle of all this. I mean, you can see everything happening right on Nick's point of view. Just everything ahead of him, everything behind him, everything around him. Just so much chaos. Eric Kelplinger, the 21, gets damage. Jordan, I don't know how he made it through. He just saw like the tiniest gap. He's like, screw it, going for it. He made it through. He made it through, I think. Completely made it through. Hold on, let me check. Let's just going on like several different replays here. Let's find that 4 machine. He's just all the way back here. Look at this. How? Wow, okay. There is a golden horseshoe up that 4 car somewhere. Just somewhere, because there is no way. Let's watch it. Slow motion. As this entire wreck unfolds right in front of his eyes. Coming down pit road. Everything that happens in front of him. Watch as the 83 gets pushed up the track. As well as the 33. Just directly in front of him. The 33 gets turned. Everybody's just like slamming into each other. Look at Eric Estep. And then watch the 33 just completely push that 83 out of the way of that 4 car. No damage. I don't think there was a single scratch on that 4 machine. He completely missed that wreck. Let's watch it one time on the 12 machine. Cement Ozkid. I feel like he definitely played the role in the 23's incident. Oh. Is Peter getting involved? I want to look at this. Let's look at it from Terrell Baker's perspective. Oh, that's what happened. Terrell bumped into Cody, and Cody pushed up right into Jimmy, excuse me, Jimmy. Well, I mean, Not much damage to the 17 machine. But then there was one other incident that we have to look at real quick. Let me go find the 3 car. Actually, no. Yeah, we'll say about right here. So right here, everybody's coming back up. Look at this, the 24. Look at everybody come, and they have to. And everybody that didn't pit is coming down pit road, and they all came down, and nobody realized that they were coming down, and everybody just rammed right into each other. And the 36 gets turned upside down. I think David Vickers was. David Vickers was the one that turned him upside down. Look at this. None of these guys knew that the guys that stayed out were coming down pit road. No one just gets nailed by Christian. David Vickers gets a little contact. Oh, watch David Land push the 8 right into the 40. I think Buckshot completely missed this wreck. Or maybe got some damage out of this. Did he get any sort of damage? I think he got something out of it. Nothing. Nothing. Buckshot Jones is one lucky man. Look. Holy crap. Just wanted to see the reaction of that. Oh my god. He's the only one that survived that. Wow. I don't know what to say. Because these guys just caught back up to the pace car. Because these were the only guys that didn't pit. And the guys that did pit should have waited. But I think they were too busy trying to pass a pace car because I think they were told to pass a pace car. I would assume. Then that 36 is just upside down. Oh god, Eric, look out. Yeah, Christian Shlomo gets involved. Jack Krause just barely scrapes the door of the 9, I think. Yeah, well, I would say one incident brings out the yellow flag, but instead it's like 300 different incidents here in Atlanta that took up more time to talk about than the entire race. So we'll take another commercial break. Hopefully everything will be sorted out by the time we get this restart underway. And I don't know who the leader is, I tell you, before we go. But right now, we're at the Atlanta 500, and I'm not so sure, but I think Miles may be the leader. I don't know. We'll be back in a moment to find out.
My mouth keep on chicken, and I guarantee. Yeah, Mr. Drive the pace car, great KFC. The only car that matters is under my hood. The Dale Jr. diet, I eat what tastes good.
New KFC Dale Jr. collectible buckets. 10 pieces of Junior's favorite fried chicken and 4 biscuits for just $9.99. Dale Jr. buckets, they're going fast.
Grab a bucket, race day, chicken capital.
I love my work. I really have the best job in the world. Hey, how are you? Everyone that I have ever met likes everyday low prices.
I know if I came here, I got the best deal.
You can go into Walmart and know it's a huge team effort to ensure that you're getting these low prices.
It makes me feel like I've got somebody on my side.
On our 39th anniversary and every day of the year, always.
When I walk out of here with my receipt, I see my savings.
Everyone likes to save money. It makes you feel good.
Budweiser is proud to present Metallica. Metallica with Danzig and Suicidal Tendencies at Hippodrome de Québec on June 3rd at 6 o'clock. Presented by Donald K. Donald. This bus for you.
Has arrived.
What are you doing?
And in the insect kingdom, love is
I was just seeing what else is on.
Well, I just spun my car through the grass at 120 miles an hour.
After an elaborate mating ritual.
I'll go back.
It's too late now. You missed your chance.
I'm sorry.
You watch. I'm gonna come back and win this thing.
How can you save it? Oh.
I am the genie of Papartica. Okay, chop chop, 3 wishes.
I want a pet singing lizard.
Squee-doo-da-doo-wah, yo, call me.
I want the biggest box of Pop-Tarts in the world.
Kid, start wishing for a bigger toaster.
Part of this complete breakfast.
Crazy good.
We got the 1 to go signal here, and I'm gonna pull up this scoreboard here because everything's all screwed up. It's gonna be difficult for me to explain this. So right now Todd Mills is leading, but he's all the way back here. A solid 15 cars behind. Like, everybody in front of the 44 is on the tail end of the lead lap. Second place is Cody Lamas. Third place is Gustav Malin. Fourth place, Terrell Baker. Fifth place, Nathan Ormond. Sixth place, Jordan. Seventh place, Eric Eastep, who got involved in the wreck. Luxon Jones missed the entire wreck, sits 8th. Jimmy Tesner started almost everything and sits 9th. Peter Ojak, who has damage, sits 10th. And everybody else behind here mostly has damage. I mean, look at this 33 machine. He sits 25th, probably where he was before. Somebody who had the most damage, which I think was Jack Krause, he got pushed up into the wall. It sits 18th. Raw Gator sits 17th. I mean, there's like so much happening. But everybody that dominated this race is on the tail end of the lead lap. The pace car is down pit road. But our leader, Todd Mills, how many cars are on the lead lap? Like 28, 27? Yeah. Well, they're up in this pack. Green flags back out, and we're going to have an 11-lap shootout with half the field on the tail end of the lead lap. I don't know how the 44 manages to get on the lead lap, or in the lead in this situation, but he's here. He's got 10 more laps to defend Cody Lamas with so much heavy traffic. I mean, this is rush hour traffic at its finest. Rudy Cummins, who has like significant damage, who was upside down, is just somehow just trying to survive his way forward. And Gustav Malin takes Cody Lamas into the inside. That's for second. Just ahead of these two is the leader, Todd Mills. This is a bizarre race. I mean, very bizarre. It's just 3 cars battling it out here. Nathan Ormond battles Terrell Baker just behind these guys. Todd Mills hanging on to the lead. But he's got a hard... I mean, it's going to be hard to hang on to your lead when you got to pick the right lane if you want to go high or low. Especially in this situation. Well, he's going to stick it to the inside, so Cody's going to try and make the outside line. Oh, that checkup. Uh-oh, that checkup is going to... Wow, that was a checkup and a half, and I think we're going to have a side-by-side battle for the lead, maybe? So far, yeah, we are. Cody Lamas side-by-side for the lead. As they head into 1. Wow, Cody Lamas got a good run on that entry. That's a line checked up, and now Cody Lamas has the lead here in Atlanta. Oh my God, what a... Oh, the traffic hurt in that 44 machine deeply as the 22 takes the lead, and it has about a car length and a half between him and second place. Cody Lamas takes the lead thanks to this traffic. He's going to pull away from the leaders just quite a bit. Gustav Malin in this mix as well. 6 laps to go when they cross the line. Many of these drivers who were just so dominant earlier in the race going a lap down. Cody Lamas hanging on to the lead. He's got about half a second. Well, it feels like half a second. To second place, Gustav Malin. Severely damaged race cars on the inside line, holding up everybody. Cody Lamas trying to work his way through this traffic. He's gone through most of it as we have 5 laps to go. I don't really think that 22 has much to worry about. Cody Lamas just trying to hang on for his first win here in this series. Gustav Mallin's only being separated by one car. That's the 99 car who we thought was going to win this race. I mean, I was pretty sure we were going to see a McKee member in the top 10 today, but none of them are. I think all of them are a lap down, except for the 94. Who sits just a couple cars ahead of the leader. Lamas tries to go low, but I think if he did that, I think that would give Gustav a chance to win this race. I think what's happening right now is if anybody goes to the inside, they may not be winning this race, just saying. Inside line's been having a huge issue with checkups in this restart here. However, nobody's separating the 22 and the 1 other than the inside line being clogged up by the slower traffic. 22 made the right move at the right time. He's bringing a pack of hungry cars behind him, but where are they going to go? Where are these guys going to go? Nobody's given any sort of room on the inside. 2 laps to go. And none of these guys are teammates that are close to each other, so they can't do team orders. Plus, this ain't F1. So this may be the most bizarre race that we're ever going to see this season. Hopefully. Hopefully get the bizarre race over with this season. Coming out of turns 3 and 4, we're going to be seeing the white flag for the Atlanta 500. White flag's in the air given to Cody Lamas. He's got some challenging drivers behind him with the 1 of Gustav Mallin, 24 Nathan Ormond, but nowhere for them to go. No room on the inside to try and pass. This lap traffic being a heavy factor for this 22, which may help him greatly as he's going to what probably will be a victory here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Coming out of turns 3 and 4, Cody Lamas is going to win the Atlanta 500 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. What a bizarre race this was, ladies and gentlemen. The most bizarre last 12 laps I think I will ever see in a race. Green flag pit stops happening at its peak. And we had a wreck that just shift everything. Like an earthquake, basically. So everybody's coming down pit road. This time it looks like everybody's going to come into the pits nice and clean. Cody Lamas is going to go ready to celebrate here. Well, let's go ahead. I guess we're just going to pull up our final results right here, ladies and gentlemen, as Cody Lamas is about ready to get ready to celebrate his first win of the season. 3 races in, 3 different winners. Let's go ahead and get our final results here going for you, ladies and gentlemen. So Cody Lamas, who started in the 21st position, gains 20 spots and becomes the winner here by just a 1/10 of a second over Gustav Mallin, who gains the most amount of spots in this race. Started 32nd. He finishes in 2nd. 3rd place, Nathan Ormond, the 2nd straight top 3 for this 24 machine. Terrell Baker in 4th. Eric Estep, who was involved in the accident that caused all this incident in the last 12 laps, somehow musters a top 5. Somehow. Todd Mills will finish in the 6th spot. Peter Onjak, who started 24th, finishes 7th. Jordan Forbes 8th. Buckshot Jones 9th. Jimmy Tesner rounds out the top 10. Christian Russell finishes in 11th place. Cody H. Gaming in 12th. Samet Ozkin in 13th. Eric Kuplinger in 14th. David Vickers in 15th. Ty Gibbs in 16th. Josh Drake 17th. Wilson Hunt will finish 18th. Noah Robb will finish 19th. Jet Kraus will finish in the 20th position. Christian Schlomo 21st. David Lane 22nd. Connor Elliott 23rd. Almost said Connor at first. Then I almost said Chase. Then I went back to Connor. I think it's Chase Elliott for some reason. Ron Gator 24th, Nick Burgwall 25th, Clark McGee, Ryan Labonte, Darren Gilliam, and Miles Mashburn finished 26th through 29th, 32 seconds behind the leader, meaning they were the only 4 drivers that survived the onslaught of the leaders in the final 12 laps. Ed Soundhead's the first car, 1 lap down, finishing 30th. Connor Cummings, our outside pole sitter, finishes 31st. Grant McKee finishes 32nd. Rudy Cummings 33rd. Griffin Spire 34th. Connor Patrick 35th. Marco Monroe 36th. Seth McKee, our pole sitter, loses, how many is that? 34 spots? Finishes 37th? No, 36 spots. Wow, that's even worse. Joseph Lombard 38th. Justin Williams 39th. Zachary Lombard in 40th. And Dylan Jacobs, our only retiree from this race, 16 laps down, 41st. 10 lead changes through 8 drivers today. Seth McKee led the most laps with 34, but he finishes 37th. Where's the 99? Let me see how many laps he led today. He led only 9 laps. Dylan Jacobs is the second most with 19 laps led. Unbelievable stuff here. Well, I guess let's go ahead and bring up the points. I mean, sure, why the heck not? So for the points situation here, Terrell Baker and Buckshot Jones are tied for the points lead. Cody Lamas with that win gains 6 spots. He sits 3rd place in the points. Jordan Forbes loses a spot, but still 9 points behind in 4th place. The entire top 4 is separated by 10 points. Then you go to 5th place, Jimmy Tesdare. He's 28 points behind. 6th place, Gustav Malin sits 31 points behind. Ty Gibbs sits 7th, 36 points behind. Nathan Ormond 8th, 41 points back. Smet Ozkin sits 44 points back in the 9th place spot. And David Vickers, who I can confirm has led a lap sometime this season, which was at Daytona, I think, sits 10th, 47 points back. And then the rest of the points will slowly scroll through the screen here as we recap this race. As to what exactly just happened, I don't know. I don't know what's happened here. The entire race, I mean, it's just been... Whew, I don't know what to say, man. I seriously have no idea what happened this entire race. Somewhere along the line, Todd Mills got the lead out of the pit stops. And it was just a bizarre race. That's all I gotta say. Probably one of the most bizarre races we're ever going to see in this series, hopefully. Possibly we'll be outdone by some race. I hope not, but you know, I mean, probably we won't be able to go wrong with we race at Las Vegas. Las Vegas definitely won't be as chaotic as here. I mean, we're probably going to see more drivers spread out because this race had a lot more drivers close to each other than usual. So we'll see what happens, but as we watch the 22 celebrate here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, we'll go ahead and we'll I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. This race was something, man. It was something. Well, Terrell Baker's leading the points, well as Buckshot Jones. We'll see what that brings next week. Terrell Baker has 2 top 5s, 2 top 10s, and 2 laps led. He's the only driver that... Jordan Forbes has top 3 in every single race this season. I think he's the only one that has a top 3 in every race this season. Yeah, he's the only one with the top 3 in every... or top 10 every race this season. If you look at the statistics side of the point standings, you'll notice that Jordan Forbes has finished in the top 10 every single race. So he finds a way. He always finds a way. That's why he sits 4th. So I guess we'll send it off here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for watching the Atlanta 500. We'll see you next week at Las Vegas. It'll be one crazy race, that's for sure. Well, have a good night, everybody.